Dear students, very good morning. Today we are going to discuss about embedded system operating process management. We are going to concentrate on OS, embedded OS, operating systems. Okay, so let's discuss embedded operating system process management. So what is OS? How the OS manage and views other software in embedded system. So mainly we have to focus on multitasking and process management. So what is mean by multitasking and process management means a sub-function typically found within a process management is interrupt and and error detection management. So in this diagram we can see different layers in the embedded OS. We have a middleware. It is a kernel, is the embedded OS first function. We have a process management, memory management, input output system management. In kernel, we have a three different management. One is the process, second one is the memory, and third one is the input output system. And then it is connected to the device drivers. So mainly concentrate on this kernel in embedded OS. Okay. What is operating system? A program that acts as an intermediary between a user of a computer and a computer hardware. Okay, so it is a nothing but it is a program. It acts as an intermediary. Operating system goals. What are the functions of OS? It execute user programs and makes solving user problems easier. Make the computer system convenient to use. We have to make that means OS make the computer system convenient to use. After that, use the computer hardware in a efficient manner. A process management in OS, a program does nothing unless its instructions are executed by a CPU. A program in execution is called a process. So, students, you have to understand what are the main functions of OS. It makes the computer system convenient to use. That is the main goal of the OS. Okay. So, in that, we have to concentrate on a process. The program in execution is called as process. Okay. So, I hope you understand the difference between process and a program. What do we need a process management in OS? Operating system allocate resources that allow the process to exchange information. It is called process management. There are three types of process in OS. Basically, independent process and then cooperating process. The operating system manage the running process. These are the another process in the system and perform tasks like scheduling and resource allocation. So in this diagram, we can see a process states. We have a new state, a ready state, run state. After that, the wait and block state, suspend state, or ready, a termination state. Okay. What are the different states in process OS means? We have a program which is going to be picked up by the OS into the main memory. It's called a new process. Newly program is built between the OS. Ready. Whenever a process is created, it directly enter into the ready state in which it waits for a CPU to be assigned. Now it's ready. Okay. What is mean by running state? It is continuously processing. We have to wait or black another state, and the another state is completion or termination, suspended state or ready state, or suspended or wait state. What are the key element process definition, process and activity rules, available tools and training, plain and simple reality, these elements are inseparably linked. So in this diagram, we can see a computer hardware. In computer hardware, OS operating system perform a main function. It plays a vital role. After that, system and application programs. We have a compiler, assembler, text editor. After that, DB, that means database system. We have one user to n number of user for components of a computer. We have a four different components of a computer. What is a process management? A process is a program in execution. Already we know we have a passive entity and active entity. Mainly program two types of entities used, passive entity and active entity. A process termination requires reclaim of any reusable resource. Single-threaded process has one program counter specifying location of the next instruction to execute. So this is the job of program counter. Okay. So what is process management activities? So creating and deleting both user and system process. It is one of the activity. Suspending and resuming process, providing mechanism for process synchronization, it providing mechanism for process communication, and then mechanism for deadlock handling. Process synchronization and process communication is the two different activities. First, we discussed about process management activities. Next, we are going to concentrate on the memory management in OS. To execute a program, all or part of the program of the instruction must be in a memory. So first we have to execute that program in a memory. Okay. So storage management, OS provides uniform logical view of information storage. What is mean by file? Abstract physical properties of the logical unit is called as file. File system management is then done in the embedded operating system as files usually organized into directories. So how it is organized? It is organized by means of directories. What is mean by mass storage management? So we have a three different types of OS activities. One is the free space management, storage allocation, disk scheduling. This is the three important activities of operating system management. So in this table, we have a performance of various levels of storage. We have storage from level 1 to level 5. So like a register, cache memory, main memory, solid state SSD, solid state disk, magnetic disk. Okay. In register, we can store up to 1 kilobyte. In solid state disk, we can store up to 1 terabyte. Magnetic disk, we can store up to less than 10 dp, that means terabyte tb. Okay. So it is managed by solid state disk is managed by OS. Magnetic disk also managed by OS. But the register, cache memory, main memory, it is compiled by compiler and then hardware. Okay. So we have to understand this table very clearly. So it has a lot of information about embedded operating system process management. Okay. So now we have an activity. Okay, embedded operating system process management. How we can define a core of the system. We have a dual core design. That means we have a two cores. Dual means two. We have two core. In core 0 has register and cache, and core 1 has a register and cache. It is combined. That's why it is called a dual core, multi chip and multi core. It has a dual core clustered system. Okay. So like multi-processor system, but multi-system working together, it is called a clustered system. So in this diagram, it is three computers connected in a storage area or network, single storage. It is interconnected. So it is called as clustered system. Okay. So next one is the multi-programming. It is called a batch system. Time sharing. It is called a multitasking. So in multi-programming, we are going to discuss with the job scheduling. One job allocated or selected and run via job scheduling. Okay, time sharing is concentrate on the multitasking. The response time should be less than 1 second. In this diagram, we can see the memory layout of multi-programmed system. Here we have a interrupt-driven mechanism. Hardware interrupt by one of the device, software interrupt, exception or trap. Okay. Uh, Migration of data A from a disk to register. How data is registered? Migration from data disk to register. Hard disk A, then it is goes to the main memory. After that, main memory to cache memory. It is a temporary memory, and then it goes to the register. Okay. Hard disk is the external storage, and cache memory is the internal storage. Multiprocess environment must provide cache coherency software. And next important activities of embedded OS is input-output subsystem. One purpose of OS is to be hide peculiarities of hardware devices from the user. Drivers for specific hardware devices. Protections and security is protection means any mechanism for controlling access of processor or user to resource defined by the OS. And then finally, we have a security mechanism from the end user to user group ID. It is called a privilege and escalation. Okay, so students, you have to concentrate on computer and computing environmental also. Standalone general purpose machines, but blood as most system interconnect with others. That is called intranet. Portals provide web access to internal system. Network computers are like web terminal. Mobile computers interconnect via wireless network. Networking become ubiquitous. That means every home system use firewalls to protect the security. So home computer from the internet attack. We have to avoid the internet attack. That's why we have to implement firewalls. Okay, so dear students, I hope you understand the basic environment and real-time embedded systems. So real-time embedded system most prevalent from the computers, very considerable, special purpose, limited purpose, or real-time OS. Many other special computing environments as well as it has some other OS, real-time OS has well-defined fixed constraint, and processing must be done within a constraint or correct operation only if constraint meet. Okay, so now it's time for assessment. So students, I hope you understand the basics of operating system management principle. So what are the process management in embedded system? We have a storage management, input output management, and memory management. What is multi-chip and multi-core? Multi-chip means multi-core comes under dual core concept. Multi-chip means we have a different types of chips is available on this same core. Okay, so cache memory is the temporary memory. Okay. So thank you, students. I hope you understand the basics of operating OS, embedded OS operating system, embedded OS in embedded system design. So thank you all. Have a great day.